Okay, let's just get right into it. This is a story about a monumental risk, a gamble so big that almost everyone said it was impossible. We're talking about a team known for building amazing chassis, suddenly deciding they could build a world-beating Formula One engine from scratch? Yeah, right. Well, it looks like somebody forgot to tell Red Bull that it couldn't be done. So, where do we even begin this story? Well, you know what? Not at the beginning. We're going to start with a bombshell comment from Red Bull's biggest rival, a comment that has sent a massive shockwave through the entire F1 paddock, and the 2026 season hasn't even started yet. And there it is, just 6 words. But coming from Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff, the guy who has overseen the most dominant engine era in the history of the sport, this is the quote nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. It's a stunning admission that Red Bull's brand new engine is already the one to beat. This really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? What on earth could Mercedes have seen in the data this early on to make their leader say something like that? Is this genuine fear we're hearing, or is there something else going on here? To really get why that statement is so huge, we have to rewind the clock. We need to look at the massive, almost unbelievable bet Red Bull was forced to make just a few years ago when their engine partner, Honda, basically said, "We're out." I mean, the conventional wisdom was crystal clear. Everyone in the paddock was saying the same thing. Red Bull was headed for years in the wilderness. Building a modern F1 power unit is one of the most complex engineering challenges on the entire planet. The consensus was, no way, they're biting off way more than they can chew. And just look at the speed of their ambition here. It's staggering. In just a couple of years, they go from being a customer team that has to rely on others to a full-blown manufacturer. They built this incredible state-of-the-art facility, and this is the killer move, they went on a hiring spree, poaching top talent directly from their biggest rival, Mercedes. That was a serious statement of intent. So, despite all that skepticism, all the doubters, the engine they built, which they've codenamed the DM01 in a tribute to the late Dietrich Mateschitz, it isn't just competitive. No, according to their biggest rival, it's already setting the standard for everyone else. And you know, the first signs were there right from the get-go. During the early tests, while other teams were chasing all those little reliability problems, the usual teething issues, the Red Bull Ford engine was reportedly just working. The internal combustion engine and that super complex hybrid system were running in perfect harmony. That just doesn't happen. But here's the real secret sauce. It's not just about raw horsepower. It's about a very specific technical advantage that Toto Wolff himself pointed out. And it all comes down to this term, energy deployment. Okay, so here's the easiest way to think about it. For 2026, the electrical power is a huge part of the equation. With most engines, that electric boost, that push, might start to fade and drop off before the end of a long straight as the battery drains. But what they're seeing from the Red Bull unit, it seems to sustain that maximum power all the way to the braking zone. That's a massive advantage. And listen, Toto wasn't talking about seeing this on one single hot lap in qualifying. He confirmed that based on their data, Red Bull could keep this advantage up for 10 consecutive laps in race conditions. That is a terrifying thought for every other team on the grid. It's a huge, sustainable performance gain. But hang on a second. There's another layer to this whole thing. Is Toto's admission of defeat really genuine? Or could this all be a brilliant piece of misdirection, a mind game designed to take the pressure off his own team? You have to remember the context here. For weeks, the entire paddock was buzzing about a potential silver bullet on the new Mercedes engine. There were all these rumors about some crazy technical innovation they had that other teams were already thinking about protesting. The hype around Mercedes was enormous. So could Toto be playing 4D chess? I mean, think about it. By publicly anointing Red Bull as the benchmark, he immediately shifts the focus. All the cameras, all the questions, all that pressure, it moves away from Mercedes and straight over to Red Bull. It's a classic deflection, and he's a master at it. And here's the proof, right from the man himself. With this comment, he's actively trying to cool things down, manage expectations. He's basically telling the world, hey, remember all that panic about our engine? Yeah, it was totally overblown. You guys should be looking over there at Red Bull. They're the ones you need to worry about. But here's the thing. It doesn't really matter what Toto Wolff's true motive is. Whether it's genuine fear or a super clever mind game, his comments have revealed an undeniable new reality for Formula One as we head into this completely new era. At the end of the day, the facts on the ground seem to support the story. Red Bull took this massive risk, and it looks like on day one, they have built a power unit that is, at the very least, scaring the most successful engine builder in modern F1. They've finally completed their transformation from a customer into a true manufacturing powerhouse. And that just leaves us with one final pretty provocative question. If their brand new, first ever engine is already the benchmark, and they happen to have a driver like Max Verstappen behind the wheel, what hope does the rest of the grid really have for 2026 and beyond? It really does seem like the impossible gamble has created a new, and maybe even more dominant force in Formula One.